ring?
I feel like it'll be a little entertaining. I don't know how long he's gonna last in with these big shots coming at him, but hey, we only time will tell. You know, I'm not here to hype that shit. Not even my business. That's somebody else fish to fry.
Yeah.
You know, I got my own fish to fry.
Terence Crawford is not going to do anything to Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford, yes, he's good. He's a 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed, but he couldn't even hurt Majimov.
Is that they think that Canelo is easy work because of the fact that he's flat-footed and he just kind of like, he does basic, I would say. He has basic skills, but he's really good at those basic fundamental skills.
Jermell Charlo breaks down why he believes Canelo Alvarez will defeat Terence Crawford. He argues that the biggest factor will be how long Crawford can endure Canelo's power and relentless pressure. Charlo emphasizes that Crawford is already stepping up in weight to take this fight, which only makes the task more difficult. In his view, the matchup ultimately depends on whether Crawford can cope with Canelo's strength over 12 rounds. Analysts add that Crawford struggled to seriously hurt Israel Madrimov, a fighter nowhere near Canelo's level, raising doubts about his power at higher weights. While Crawford showcased dominance against Errol Spence, Charlo insists this is a completely different test. Canelo, younger, more active, and already a proven legend, presents the toughest challenge of Crawford's career.
That never got in the ring with anything like a Terence Crawford. That never got in the ring with a former champion, with an elite fighter. And he couldn't hurt. He couldn't hurt Majimov. Canelo Alvarez is no Earl Spence, ladies and gentlemen. I know that some of y'all are hyped because what Terence Crawford did an incredible performance and an incredible job versus Earl the True Spence that was supposed to be the big fish. Like he turned the big fish into tuna fish on your outline, on your local supermarket. But Canelo Alvarez is not Earl Spence, my brothers. Canelo Alvarez is not Amir Khan. Canelo Alvarez is not Kell Brook. Canelo Alvarez is not Gamboa. Canelo Alvarez is not Felix Diaz. Canelo Alvarez is not Sean Porter. Canelo Alvarez is none of those guys, ladies and gentlemen. Canelo Alvarez is none of those guys. Canelo Alvarez is not the mean machine. Canelo Alvarez is Canelo Alvarez, regarded as one of the greats. And not just the Mexican greats. I don't like how y'all try to put it. Oh no, he's the best Mexican, because you don't want to say that he's one of the greatest that ever laced him up. Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest that ever laced him up. Has carried the sport of boxing on his shoulder. And let me say it like this: leading up to the fight, Canelo Alvarez is more active than Terence Crawford. Canelo Alvarez is more seasoned than Canelo Alvarez is more seasoned than Terence Crawford. He's younger than Terence Crawford. He's more active than Terence Crawford. His resume is better than Terence Crawford. The people that he's fought is better than Terence Crawford. He's fought every damn style. He's fought the best Russians at the time with Kovalev. He fought the best Asian in Kazakhstan and Triple G.
Kell Brook explains why he favors Canelo Alvarez in a showdown with Terence Crawford, stressing that Canelo is unlike any opponent Crawford has ever faced. Brook acknowledges Crawford's dominant win over Errol Spence, but insists that victory doesn't prepare him for what Canelo brings. According to Brook, Canelo's strength, vast experience, and proven success at higher weight classes separate him from Spence and others. He argues that Crawford has never stood across the ring from someone with Canelo's unique blend of power, skill, and ring IQ, making this bout one of the most difficult challenges of Crawford's career.
You've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's going to have to, move up, and, I knew when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay. But when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
Do you think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more. He kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather.
Analysts emphasize that Terence Crawford may simply be too small to seriously hurt Canelo Alvarez, especially since he is moving up nearly 3 weight classes with limited experience at 154. They draw comparisons to Floyd Mayweather, who had already faced multiple elite opponents before challenging Canelo, whereas Crawford has only fought Israel Madrimov at that level. Gabe Rosado adds that fighters accustomed to facing true power at higher weights don't feel the same impact from smaller opponents. This raises real doubts about whether Crawford's punches will have any effect on Canelo and how he will withstand the Mexican star's strength over the course of the fight.
I think that Crawford may be too small to really impact and hurt Canelo Alvarez. He's moving up pretty much 3 weight classes, which is exactly what I said. I'm not counting 154. He had 1 fight, bro. He had 1 fight. Floyd Mayweather got more fights at 54 than Terence Crawford. Boop. Because Crawford, he fought Madrimov. Floyd fought De La Hoya, Cotto, and then he fought Canelo at 152. So you had an aging Floyd who fought more times at the higher weight class, and Bud looks to be a bigger dude than Floyd Mayweather, right? So when Floyd was 37, he moved to 52 and fought a much bigger Canelo. Crawford's 37. He fighting Madrimov with 11 fights. Not the same. It's not. I don't care what y'all talking about. The Bud Buddy's just going to have to be mad at me because truth is truth. So that's a valid question. And again, I'll be glad when this fight's over. Put it that way. I don't care who wins. May the best man win. I hope it's a double knockout. I already told y'all. Just because I'm just over it, and I want to get back to some of the other fights. There's other fights that are interesting, and they make more sense, like Brian Norman, Devin Haney. I'm interested in Yard versus Benavidez, etc. There's some fights we're hearing about, blah, blah, blah. So I'll be glad when this is over, to be 100% honest. There's more fights that actually fans have been requesting that matter, blah, blah, blah. But Rosado, he brought up a lot of good points. He was saying Crawford, he thinks he's too small, and he even gave his own personal experience. He said, I'm 180, 190 solid, and when I fight guys that are welterweights, even if they crack and they're known for being menacing, murderous punchers at the lower weight classes, 140, 147, them moving up, it feels like pillows when they fight me. When I get hit with their punches, it feels like pillows because I'm used to getting hit by triple. Right? He used to Triple G work. He used to Lemieux work. So to me, this is kind of common sense, but common sense ain't that common, right?
Analysts continue to highlight one of the biggest questions in a potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Can Crawford withstand Canelo's power? The Mexican star has a history of breaking down opponents with heavy shots that few can absorb. While some believe Canelo appears flat-footed and easier to handle, experts argue this is misleading. His style is calculated, built on balance, timing, and precision, allowing him to generate maximum power with every punch. For Crawford, this pose is the ultimate test. His defense and slick movement may help him avoid danger for stretches, but Canelo's patience almost always creates openings. When those moments come, the real question becomes whether Crawford can remain composed under the kind of relentless pressure and punishing shots that have undone so many before him. Many experts suggest a fight may not hinge on punch counts, but rather on Crawford's ability to endure Canelo's physicality over 12 rounds.